Well, I now know the latest news on why Christina Grimmie was murdered by Kevin James Loibl, and I'm not surprised about the reason for her death. So here I go sharing my thoughts and people's obsessions for others. The reason why Kevin James Loibl murdered Christina was that he was in fact an obsessed fan. Shocking. Not really. Kevin worked at Best Buy, where he would constantly listen to Christina while on the job. He even got LASIK eye surgery, hair transplants, and lost weight for Christina, hopefully to win her over. Also hoping to marry her someday. Now, I've heard that he met Christina at a concert back in March, 3 months prior to her death. And he also said that he ran into her while playing video games. But either way, they never actually met each other. And people have compared Christina's death to Selena's and John Lennon's. Yes, their deaths are pretty much similar because they died due to being killed by obsessed fans. The thing is, Christina and John Lennon did not know any of their fans. Mark Chapman, yes, he did get an autograph from John Lennon hours before he killed John Lennon, but John Lennon did not know of Mark Chapman. While Yolanda Saldivar, she and Selena knew each other. I mean, she was the one who came up with the whole Selena fan club and all this and that. Remember in my Christina Grimmie's death in Orlando shooting rant, I said it was quite possible Kevin was jealous or wanted to marry her but couldn't? Ha! I knew it! I bet he had dreams about marrying her. I bet he was like, Christina, my love, will you take my hand in marriage? In his dreams, Christina was probably like, oh yeah, just like Team Grimmie, you rock. Just like our upcoming wedding. It's gonna be really, 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 really fine, baby. It's gonna rock so high. Kevin would express his love to coworkers. The coworkers would tease him and mentioning to Kevin, Christina had a boyfriend at the time, who is a producer. That caused Kevin to end up going crazy and ending up a psychopath, leading him to follow Christina in Orlando, taking her life away. And he was probably like, how could you, Christina? You broke my heart. If I can't have you, no one can. I know when people heard about why he did it, I know they were extremely heartbroken. You psychopathic jackass. How could you do that to Christina? So basically the guy used to wear glasses and was chubby. I guess if he did not get LASIK eye surgery and lost weight, he was thinking Christina would have turned him down because of his image. I doubt Christina was a shallow person. She was a sweet, kind-hearted, caring, and loved to help people. I doubt she would turn or judge a guy for his appearance and weight. I'm sure she just cared about the personality. See, this is what's wrong with society. People trying to impress others being someone they're not. What happened to being yourself? You got some guys thinking they need to be bad boys because that's what all women want. Like they don't want the nice guy, geeky types who play video games. You know, guys figure they have to be like, hey babe, you and me are going places. You like my bike? How about you and me go on a date? I'll pick you up at 7. Wear something nice. Or I'll slap you across your face. Still slaps the woman across her face. What the hell? No, don't do that. I mean, you can't blame him for having a thing for Christina. I mean, she has such a lovely, beautiful singing voice, personality, beautiful, gorgeous, cute to boot. I mean, I know I'm head over heels for her. I had one dream where I put my arm around her and Christina lays her head on my chest as she smiles with her eyes closed. It was a way of me keeping her safe due to what tragically happened to her. Not to mention, in Christina's question and answers video, the first one, she says that she doesn't think anyone's goal is to get famous because that can mess up with people's minds. And she has a point. It can mess with people's minds. She also said that her goal in her career was to inspire people, getting her music out there and have people enjoy it, thinking of her as an inspiration. And guess what? Christina, in her short 22-year lifespan, she accomplished that. She inspired people. Her music was out there, and people enjoy it. And she is and always will be an inspirational person. And she just finds it shallow for anybody to think that their goal is famous. She would rather help people than worry about getting her own stuff. Now I'm really head over heels for her. Plus, in her studying with Grimmie vlog, she does a great Kourtney Kardashian impression. But for Kevin to go crazy taking Christina's life away, all because she had a boyfriend and that he wanted to marry her, was just screwed up in the head. Kevin's actual plan was to return home after killing Christina. Well, his plan backfired since Christina's brother tackled him, leading him to go, "Oh no, I was supposed to go home. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to kill myself. At least I'll be with Christina." And he went out with a bang. I mean, he literally went out with a bang. If he thought he was on his way to heaven to meet up with Christina for them to get married, then he was out of his mind. Pathetic. You're riding in hell, so no Christina for you. I also heard, like in the past, Kevin was accused of slamming his father's fiance's wrist into the door, which caused them to end up going to a verbal argument, but he denies it, of course. Yeah, of course you're going to deny it. The same thing has happened to Christina's longtime friend, Selena Gomez. Selena has had stalkers in the past. Here's one of her stalkers now. I can't help but to laugh at the way he looks with his tongue out. Yeah. Hey, Selena, I know you in there. Let me get some. That's what he's looking like. Here's her other stalker. It's possible he heard God trying to tell him to kill Selena. What? Why would God tell you to kill her? That doesn't sound like God. That's the devil, not God. But he denies that. Let's not forget her obsessed fan, Daniel Green, who was 40 years old at the time, murdered 4 of his family members. See, Selena experienced the same thing like Christina. Except it was Christina who was killed by Kevin. And instead of Daniel Green killing Selena, thank God he didn't, and never, ever, ever happens, Daniel killed his mother, sister, niece, and nephew. I know Selena was scared out of her mind, and she felt so uncomfortable and disturbed when hearing that. I mean, the dude Daniel Green was literally obsessed with her. Selena's yummy, which she is. Talking about, just like Kevin James Loibl wanted to marry Selena. Get this. He truly, truly loved Selena so much, he said that he loved her more than God, his mama, his dad, Jesus, himself, and y'all. And he considers Selena his girlfriend. And I guess y'all as in everybody. I mean, the dude loves Selena more than God? You put Selena over God? Over Jesus too? He even said he loves Selena more than his damn self, obviously. What the heck? What is wrong with him? Wow, that's all I can say. And I know you guys are thinking that's probably creepy for a 40-something-year-old man to be obsessed with a 23-year-old going on 24 woman in her mid-20s. Listen, there are women who love older men, and there are men who love older women. It's not like the guy was obsessed with a teenager. Selena's not a teenager anymore, obviously, so if he wants to be obsessed with a younger woman, hey, so be it. But geez, oh Pete, to kill your family members because of your obsession with Selena? My goodness. Okay, here's my thoughts about people who tend to be obsessed with certain people. Listen, I don't think it's nothing wrong with being obsessed with certain people. It's nothing wrong being obsessed with certain celebrities or somebody you know at work, school, somebody on the street, etc. But you got to make sure not to let your obsession get worse, where it could lead you to want to kill somebody or harm them for whatever reason. No, we don't want people to be turning into crazy ass psychopaths because they want to hopefully oh so desperately marry somebody because they're so obsessed. No, that's not healthy. That's very sick and twisted. It's like some disease that where you can't cure it. So, like I said, nothing wrong being obsessed with a certain person. Just make sure you don't let all the craziness get to you. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you mean to tell me that Kevin James Loibl couldn't at least just, I don't know, masturbated to Christina? Or at least went online and print out pictures and masturbated to her? You know, you think he would do that? I would rather him had done that instead of him just desperately trying to go find her in Orlando to kill her. If he would have just masturbated to her, Christina would still be alive and none of this would never ever happen. But it's like, it wasn't enough for him. Like masturbation wasn't going to cut it. What a jackass. See, and besides, this is why we have wet dreams and certain fantasies and masturbation. Because when it comes to all that, it's sacred. Nobody gets hurt. It's just you fantasizing, having sexual fantasies about so and so, or pretending that you're marrying them and all this and that you're kissing and making out with them. It's all in your mind, your creative fantasy world. That's where it's supposed to be. It's sacred. You're safe. And you don't have to worry about it happening in real life unless you prevent it. Unless you prevent it. So I advise you to not let that happen, please. God bless the Grimmie family. And I want to send my condolences to her boyfriend, that one producer. I know he's devastated over the loss of Christina. Now the poor guy, unfortunately, has to try to move on with his life without her. Possibly have to find another woman to be with that's not Christina. Or he could continue still living his life without her, but just keeping her memory and stuff like that. Just because somebody loses a significant other in a marriage or in a relationship when they're boyfriend and girlfriend doesn't mean you have to necessarily go find somebody else for your life to continue being happy. You can still be a widow or widower and still find happiness without trying to find somebody else for happiness. I'm just saying. So, and Christina, rest in peace.